So starting the test drive in this thing, having this twin turbo V6 setup, especially with the added torque you get from the hybrid mode, I mean, this thing is freaking quick. And the sounds you get are fantastic. I think some of that is generated through the speakers, but like the turbo blow off sound and all that, I mean, whether that's coming from the speakers or not, it sounds great. And I am in the sport mode now, and I mean, it's just, you just put your foot down a little bit and it starts pulling, boy. It pulls hard. And I think it's great to have this set up because reliability wise, I can't really tell you any of that. I mean, I have had two V8 Tundras. I still have one now. I sold one with about 230,000 on it. And I think that guy's still driving it around. And then I have one now that has almost 210,000 miles on it, which is an older body style one. So the first one I had a 5.7 in it, and this one I have now has a 4.7. And reliability wise, we don't know how this twin turbo V6, especially with a hybrid setup, will hold. But I will tell you, this thing is quicker. It at least feels much quicker than both of my V8 trucks. And much more fun to drive. But then on top of that, I'm getting 19 miles per gallon in the city, 22 on the highway. And I was probably getting around 13, 14 miles per gallon city on my new body style Tundra. And then on my old one I have now, I'm probably getting about 11 or 12. Because I have off-road tires on there, a lot of aftermarket stuff on there. But I mean, just being able to be in something like this where it's not overly loud with a traditional V8, but it has its moments when you want to put your foot into it. And the ride is definitely much more comfortable in my opinion. Now I'm going to take it out of sport mode and we're going to see how things change. I already felt it downshift in normal, but here in this eco mode, where that just kind of limits you from burning through the transmission. But if you put your foot down, it'll still pull from the turbo and the electric motor, excuse me. But I think it's cool because I love having these meters here, because I'm gonna put it back into sport to show you. It shows you when the battery is being used, and then it also shows you when the turbos are putting down PSI. So I get that torque from the battery instantly, and then the turbos kick in, and you can see that kind of spool up. So I could do this all day, just kind of hit it. So that's pretty fun. Now for this price point, you're pretty much getting to, I want to say around the F-150 Lariat, the LTZ Silverado 1500s, heck, even a Sierra Denali. But this has quite a few features that you won't get for that money, especially the safety suite here. I think Copilot is an additional, Copilot 360 I should say, is an extra package you have to buy on the Fords. And then with Chevy is just GM, you have a confidence package 1 and a confidence package 2, and then this, that, and the other. And then you still might not have freaking adaptive cruise control. But this, just having the standard safety sense, Toyota was so smart with this, because I know when I get behind the wheel of one of these, I'm gonna have lane tracing, I'm gonna have my radar cruise control. I don't have to worry about paying extra money for any of that. But I mean, this thing, gosh, it sounds so good. I've got to put it into sport mode. I'm not gonna thrash it, but I'm gonna give it some pull here as I get on the interstate. I mean, it's just seamless. Just crazy power here. So we're gonna turn on everything here, radar cruise, make sure the lane centering is on, and then we have the whole suite doing its thing now. And I believe this thing, it always, whenever I get in one of these, I don't know if that's how it comes stock or whatever, but the lane tracing isn't on. Or the lane center, there it is. So now that's on. Lane centering, radar cruise control, you can't beat that on this full-size pickup truck. You have the hybrid V6 as well, a twin turbocharged hybrid V6. This is just one of my favorite setups, just in a full-size pickup. And wind noise is so minimal, it's crazy. And same with road noise. You really are hearing the engine more than anything, and look how low the RPMs are in sport mode. Now put in the eco mode with this 10-speed automatic. This is where you start to see 22 miles per gallon highway driving like this. Just very impressed. Now again, compared to the competition, you're missing certain things, but you gain quite a bit. So I definitely have no complaints about this truck. I mean, it looks good, it drives well, has so many standard safety features. And then this big screen here was a nice touch by Toyota throwing this in here. But I want to give one more big thank you to John Roberts Toyota for allowing me to review this Tundra today. I'll leave a link below to the truck in the description. But I mean, this thing is just, it's a bad truck. But with all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2024 Toyota Tundra in the limited trim level.